Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Starcom Nexus. In the last episode, we explored most of the systems we had already been in prior a second time, since we have picked up increased sensor range. And we wanted to make sure, or I wanted to make sure, that we didn't miss anything from our prior visits to these locations. That said, we only have this spot left, and then this one, and then everything else will be new at that point. Well, new for the Let's Play. So on that note, let's get started. And we'll begin by heading out to this other star. Wait, I thought... No, we didn't go out there yet. I saw the Enementine and got confused. We went out to the place that requires 55 Enementine to help shield that race from the radiation of their sun, since the shield is slowly beginning to dwindle, and they need Enementite in order to fix their shield generators. But we weren't out this way yet to revisit the place where we found the particle accelerator. So let's head back out here as quick as we can, which is apparently going to be at 62 astro units per second, a little faster than that now, and then come back. I doubt we missed anything, but in a game of exploration, I want to check behind everything if there could potentially be something out there. When I used to play various... more of the spaceborne seeds. Careful scans show that they have deployed nanometer-thick chutes that allow them to track into solar wind. They're all over the place in this area of the galaxy, apparently. In various MMOs, I would spend so much time just exploring. In the original World of Warcraft, I would go and travel to different caves, try to go to the edges of the world. Dark Age Camelot, I would climb up hills to get a good look to see what was around, to see if there's anything unique I could find. There was almost nothing ever in Dark Age Camelot. But World of Warcraft had a few special caves and what have you. I remember fighting a crazy green and red spider in a cave out by Darkshire one time, and one of the few hunters at the time who had actually tamed it. That was a long time ago. Holy crap. The same thing for Warhammer Age of Reckoning. I found a quest out someplace that gave me a special white wolf cloak from finding it in one of the starting zones. No one else had been out there to find that sort of stuff. I love it when little secrets are placed into locations that I can find. It all became a lot easier when traveling became quite faster to do, with flying mounts, what have you, in World of Warcraft. But even without them, I still enjoy going around and looking for things, and then sharing that knowledge with my friends about where they can go and get special quests from or what have you. Another game I really liked that did this was WildStar. I was an explorer type and would do jumping puzzles and climb mountains and stuff like that to try to get to places I wasn't allowed or not supposed to go, only to find that the developers expected someone to eventually get up to a certain location and will leave a achievement or something special up there for you to find. Really like that stuff. And as you can see, the wreck has scrap here again. Oh, but there might not be anything in the scrap this time. I didn't think it worked that way. So we will take advantage of the fact that this is here, and the fact that this has platinum, adamantine, neutronium, which is more expensive resources. We'll go ahead and detonate all this. I have thought a little bit about doing this kind of farming off screen, but it occurs to me that for this Let's Play, I would like this to have the least amount of... Ooh, what is that? This piece of an advanced ship uses a form of energy delivery system way more advanced than our own. I'm guessing that the different types of debris you can destroy occasionally drops different types of research. Okay, now let's visit the planets. So we'll talk a little bit about some random stuff while we're out here. I'll have to remember to talk about this in my Dungeon Hack series I'm uploading, because it's going to be some time, I think, unfortunately, until this series gets uploaded. I'm expecting this to start to go up around Thanksgiving time, since it's still June 26th, 2022. I'm recording 3 episodes of this today. I like this game that much. It's that relaxing for me to play. Something I consider when recording a game is how entertaining it would be to watch. And I have to keep in mind, I already talked about the grind that some games have, and how I don't like cutting it out. If only because it gives the viewer a good sense as what they might be doing in a game. And it also becomes work for me if I decide I'm going to do stuff off screen. I feel obligated to keep up a recording schedule when I begin uploading a game. I prefer not to let more than 3 days pass before a new episode gets uploaded to my channel, because I want to have consistency with my uploads. I find that I work best with that. I know that's not the case for every single YouTuber. In fact, some YouTubers don't upload more than like a few videos a year and still get, well, they're more entertaining than I am. That's all there is to it. But in my case, I make up for quality with quantity. Yes, you get a lot of crap with me. Not just 1 or 2 good videos, but a lot of awful videos. As it were. Oh, man. Anyway, I consider how entertaining a video could be for someone. There's several different aspects to games when they get uploaded that one, if you're a content creator, should consider. What type of people watch your videos? Why are they watching them as well? And what type of videos are you uploading? What type of YouTuber are you in my case? So, I have some game series which I know it's not quite as entertaining to watch them. Not because necessarily I'm awful at it. I like to think I'm generally good at the games I play. But because the games themselves are not really that involved. My Grim Dawn series, which I never finished playing. I meant to play through the 2 expansions, now that I think about it, with Diane Toyle, and never finished it with her. Oh man. But there's a lot of the same thing going on in that game, running around and slaughtering all the enemies, while Diane would run away and drop a bunch of storm totems on the ground to slaughter everything as it chased her. And, well, to be honest, I don't think it's probably that entertaining to watch. Not because the game's bad, but because of the type of game it is. Once you've seen the game played a little bit, and assuming it's just on a boss battle, there's not really too much to it, at least on normal difficulty. So, it's my belief that people were more or less watching that series to hear me talk, which was one of my first series that I was using to learn how to do that sort of thing. So people would probably be listening to that video. They'd have the video, like your browser minimized, and just listening to it in the background while they themselves play the same game, or a different type of game, maybe a game like this, where there's stuff happening, but like we're traveling to another star. That gives us a few minutes. Just like, okay, well, you can listen to music, you can listen to a podcast, listen to someone talk. In that case, for that series, that's a game series where someone talks. And it's a surprisingly entertaining thing to listen to for different YouTubers. I have several that I like listening to as I play different games. And oh my goodness, hold on a second. Look at all the chit-tech down here. Alright, well, it's just about to get real, everyone, so hold on. We'll have to talk more about the types of gamers you might be, or YouTube content consumers you might be in a little bit. All stars emit light along the Planckian locus, which shouldn't appear green at any temperature. A thin layer of ultra-hot plasma around the star's surface is adding a blue tint to its natural yellow color. Neato. Alright, now we're going to zip around these missiles and get you, frigate. Swarm probe, that one is too far away for us to catch it. Oh, there's a star base here. Oh, can just barely outrun the missiles. There's quite a few frigates. Let's go straight down the middle and avoid most of the missiles. I'm going to accelerate a bit. Looks like most of this... Oh! I was about to say is not so difficult, just a few frigates, but nope. We have drones out here, so there's another base. We need some time to recover some energy. Oh, that's 4 missiles? There's probably a... Oh no, it's just more frigates. But to say, I thought there was a cruiser here. They could be coming, yep, I'm about to say they could be coming from a base. I think they increase the damage that they do. We've lost a person each time we were struck by one of these missiles. Let's get the destroyers down. Okay. We lost another person. Too close to the sun. Darn it. Let's go in between these. And stop this from firing even more missiles at us. Good. The debris from that ship suggests that the Chitek are less technology advanced than we are, but they have a number of novel techniques we can learn from. We can't get too close to that sun, Tim. We lose people that way. I'm going to get this scout as well. They're getting a little more accurate, I think, with their shots as well. Okay. Now for the other base. I think there's a second, because I didn't see any drones launched from the one we destroyed. That must have been some sort of defensive platform around that planet. Some warp-ins just happened as we arrived. If we destroy the base, the drones will also be destroyed. We're going to focus on it. Speed up a little bit. This is a key component to understanding the autonomous drones. We need more samples before we can research this technology, though. Just as missiles, we will need 3 total technologies to research it. Not bad! Victory! Good for us. Alright. And some research gained, and a piece to another type of weapon system. So some of the videos I upload are more designed for people just to listen to me chat. I'm guessing that this series will probably be one of those, although people might decide to watch some of the big combats occur to see how well I do. I think folks are probably mostly interested in some of the random stuff I'm talking about here, and or the amount of money that is going to eventually be donated to some cause here at the very end of this. The anomaly detected from orbit, and this looks like some sort of metal translucent skull on the surface of the planet here, seems to be the skull and several buried vertebrae of an omnivore. It is unusual in that it is nearly 15 meters on its longest axis, and is composed of a stainless steel alloy laced with adamantine. The team's engineer and xenobiologist are in near violent disagreement on what the skull is. The xenobiologist believes it to be a partial endoskeleton of an unusual life form, unlike any seen before, and should be taken back to the station for further study. The engineer thinks it's obviously either a stylized chassis of some large robot, or possibly a mechanized artwork, and should be smelted to recover the valuable metal. So the only adamantine we have found so far has been what we've acquired through destroying the ship debris, and we haven't gotten much of it. But that would mean that we can go back and get more of it from there if necessary. Although I remember that the last time I did this, I decided to keep it for that because of that very reason. But maybe if we melt down the skull, it could reveal something like hidden inside of it that we would otherwise not acquire. But I will stick with the same choice I made the last time, because that's what I would like to do for this Let's Play, since none of you guys have seen me make these choices. Could be a valuable scientific discovery. Take it intact. The xenobiologist is delighted at the prospect of cataloging one of the most unusual new life forms discovered so far in xenospace, which she tentatively dubs megafauna. I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll get a chance to bring it back to Starcom. And that's all that was out here. Without any warp gate or warp nexus, we're going to slow tail it to the next star. Let's do it. So, I myself, so as a Let's Player, I'm aware that other people who play games watch other Let's Players and listen to podcasts, was what I'm going to call it, type of videos, which is weird, because it's not really a video. Well, it is a video, because if there's something interesting happening, like a big combat like what we just had, people may decide to watch it. But I'm totally not expecting someone to sit and watch me play all of this game. That's something else I should talk about, but we'll do that a little bit later, if I remember. To talk about, that's where I'm looking for. Retention's the wrong word to use. Interest? That's probably the fairest word to use. The interest of videos that get uploaded to YouTube. Well, I'll try to remember to talk about that later. So, but I also know that I myself like watching people play games, and I will often binge watch a series when it starts. And on that note, I don't like cutting anything out of the videos when I am recording them. We have a new ship out here, everyone. An unknown cutter. Neutral. I guess we might as well say hello to the new race we're about to meet. So we'll talk more about the YouTubing, if I can remember, once we're done meeting the new alien species here. It's a robot. Greetings, entity. This is the Sentinel. Do not be alarmed. This is the standard entity control parameter check. Please stand by for scan. Scan in progress. Entity identification parameter missing. I'm sorry, our universal translator seems to be having some issues. Scan 33.333333334430795889984375% complete. Entity source region identifier missing. What exactly are you scanning? It's looking to see what we are. We're from a very distant galaxy. We were brought here by a rift in space. Scan 66.66666686, whatever, it's a big, huge number. Actually, it's a very small number, which would, it has a huge, not huge, it's got quite a bit of, granularity to it. Timestamp offset missing. That's a surprisingly precise scan. What have you learned? Scan complete. Attention, entity. Your ship is in violation of Directives 2 and 3. Please exit the craft immediately and leave any technologies behind. Okay. First of all, no. Holy crap! Hostiles. And, to make matters even more difficult for us, there is some unexploded ordnance nearby. Let's go ahead and try to destroy this thing. And we're presented with a new type of weaponry. Lasers. Lasers do incredible damage, and they do not miss. The longer you are exposed to them, the more damage you will take. The closer you are to them, the more damage they will deal. So we have to be kind of careful about this, and we put no damage on that ship. Okay, heard it a little bit there, but we also are burning. It's the only hostile here. I would like to be able to destroy it if we could. Ooh! And I think we're gonna die! Woo! We rammed it! And at close range, since it has lasers and we do not, that does a substantial amount of damage. It's chasing us as well, so we're going to need to try to get away from it. If I do want to destroy it, I'm going to need to let my hull recharge. Let's try... Well, we're just going to try to ignore it at the moment. Let's scan the red planet where the ordnance is near. And no, we cannot use the ordnance to help us. In order to shoot it, we will be too close to the ordnance in order, and we too will be detonated. No anomalies detected. Quite a bright sun here too. I would like to see the ship briefly to see if it's still on fire. It is. Okay, that's promising. Since it's using a weapon that we also don't possess, we might be able to get a chunk of that weapon for study. There is something on that planet. We'll come back for that. We're waiting for our hull to be repaired. I'm also trying to gauge what the distance is of their lasers. It's not quite close enough yet to hit us. It's also still smoking. Looks like we tore off a small section of it. Maybe we eliminated one of its lasers. It's called a cutter, which is an appropriate name for this type of weaponry. We are... Even though I'm really tempted to swing back around with half hull, I think that would be a mistake. So lasers are something that we will get access to later. I will talk a little bit more about how they work. So unlike other weapons, like our plasma cannons, or perhaps a little bit like them, when we fire, as you can see, our plasma cannons all, let me zoom in. They all take a shot. And then a different cannon takes a shot. The more that you have, the faster you fire. And you rotate from cannons. Lasers are part of an array system. When you have multiple lasers on your ship, they fire in the order I think you placed them onto your ship. But they don't all activate immediately. It takes a few seconds for the next one in the array to power up and fire. The more of them that are being fired at once, the more damage they do, and the more energy that they drain. It can take several seconds until all of the lasers on your ship are potentially firing at the source. Lasers are a secondary weapon, which we have not acquired yet, and require a different key to fire them. You can toggle through multiple secondary weapon systems, but you will not be able to assign any of them to the primary fire. So you can't, for example, have a ship that has, let's say, drones and lasers. That was a little too close, so I don't quite know how far away he is, but he's a little too close for me. Oh, look at that! He's also fully repaired. So they do repair their hulls, so we will need to keep that in mind. He's damaged, but we've lost crew. I don't think we're going to be able to do this exchange in a way I'm happy about. We have taken out one of his lasers. So if we're going to attack him, we should try seeing if we can punch another laser off of that ship. And I guess we're going to make an attempt after all. That went really well. We damaged it. It did not significantly damage us, and it only got one laser off on us at a time. Looks like it's still damaged from before as well. We don't want to take two beams at once. Nice. There went another one of its laser batteries. And we got some information about it, I think. Nope. The shattered armor fragment shows an incredible ability to redistribute energy from damage. Concentrated areas of this armor will be very hard to penetrate. That tells us that this new enemy we're fighting, the Sentinels, have good armor on their vessels. Alright! That's all weapon systems destroyed. Nice. And we did not earn any of their laser technology. Now that was the equivalent of our ship, and that was a really nice exchange. If I hadn't rammed it, we might not have lost like an extra 4 people during that battle. Oh. The Sentinels, the first time I played through the game, were the not the first race, because the first time I tried to fight a base, my ship was not prepared for that with the Chit-Tech. But here against Chit-Tech, the Sentinels was the first time I had to run. I had lost, I think, 10 crew of my 20, and I was nowhere closer to defeating it. But the first Sentinel ship I fought also wasn't that type of ship, but a different type. And, oh man, the other vessel didn't have lasers, but it was tougher for other reasons. We'll talk about the other vessels when we see them. Let's see what's on this desert planet. Another city. Same as before, I'm guessing. All the water evaporated. Another world that succumbed to the rapid desertification several millennia ago. The similarity of the effects suggests that this was either the product of a weapon or a large-scale celestial phenomenon. Probably a weapon. Life needs water. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it does. We need water. And we just learned that this race didn't... Well, then again, we haven't really seen humans have cities in this area. Unless all the humans have been killed. Who used to be in this galaxy? 273 titanium also acquired. Quite a hefty amount. We'll put that to good use. We actually probably should spend that at Intark's Citadel, is what I'm thinking. Since the warp nexus is here, let's swing out to this planet instead. And start scanning here. This looks like it's a Class L planetoid. It looks rather barren. Nothing detected. Another husk of a planet. Is that a proper thing to say? Looks like another desert world. No anomalies detected. Alright, so... Oh, hello. A planet hiding, though, down here. Our sensors are able to pick it up. Let's see what's down here. We also should save the game, since we did destroy the Sentinel. It'll be some time before I'm comfortable fighting Sentinels. I'm tempted to increase the difficulty slightly. I didn't think I would actually beat that Sentinel. Maybe, you know what? We're going to do that. I'm going to change it to 5.0 now. So it's going to be a little tougher now. They will do a little more damage, and they'll take a little more damage before they're destroyed. And we should fight a few more enemies now. This planet looks completely barren. But there is something on it. Let's see what's down here. A wrecked ship. That's going to be too rich of a treasure trove for me to ignore it. A survey ship crashed here, probably centuries ago. The wreck has been picked clean of valuable equipment, but the team detected a second smaller anomaly a few hundred meters away. It looks like an escape pod that jettisoned too late for the chutes to work. Here, inside, are the decayed remains of 3 bipedal aliens in flight suits. One of them has what looks like a personal recorder transmitter with some data intact. Finish the survey of that brown dwarf system. There's a programmed primer on one of its outer planetoids. The scientists think they figured out the unlock code. They need to coat the surface in neutronium and send an oscillating magnet field through. No idea why, but that's the programs for you. We didn't have the neutronium on board for it, so we're heading back to the supply depot. I captured an image of the ship's nav view as we left. Sorry about the quality. I was strapped down for high-G departure. I'm going to tinker with our drive to slow us down. That should give you enough time to get there well before us. Do this right and we could be set for life. The recorder has one image in its memory. I forgot all about that survey. Does that put something on our map? It does not. No quest goes on the map. This is the image recovered from the crashed escape pod. It doesn't seem to line up with the sectors on our map. Strange. They mentioned a brown dwarf. And we found one there. It's the only brown dwarf I'm aware of that we've discovered so far. But the world is filled with stars, so that might not be the only one. We could head back out there. Let's first explore these. Actually, we should probably take this Nexus on the hope it brings us to one of those stars. If we see more Sentinels, though, we are probably going to have to flee. I don't know if we can handle another fight against one. We should also talk with the Saurid about the... Oh, hello! A bunch of friendlies suddenly arrived here. I can't see what they are, though. Maybe I shouldn't. Vendaris. They're speeding right toward me. That means they're going to want to exchange data. That's a different type of Vendari ship. That looks like a cruiser. It took the warp nexus, which is fantastic. We're gonna go for it. No! No! We would be delighted to make another exchange of knowledge with you. I'm sure you would. We'll offer gyroscope control. We received a highly detailed set of data on chirolite reactions. Most of the information we already know, but there are some interesting new approaches to the problem of anti-proton stabilization. Let's go ahead and agree to this change. I guess, you know, this is a good thing. We needed to talk with him because we want Cobalt 60. We need it if we want to get missiles. And we need 73 of it as well. This is going to be a bit rough to try to trade for so much of it, though. Maybe we can trade... Oh, I hate when this happens. I think it's because of what we were doing with the ship at the moment, which is why this is what you see here is happening. We can probably trade 100 titanium. $101 gives us +1 more. Shima, are you sure it's Cobalt 60 that you need? It might be platinum for the missiles. Actually, I can tell. If I click on one of this, it will tell me what it's used for. Missile launcher, need 50, and we need 73 for the 2 missile launchers the ship I want to make requires. That gives us 20. Let's do that trade. We need 3 more. I'm tempted to trade all my neutronium. No, right? We need neutronium for that quest we just picked up. Maybe we can trade some Maybe they're not even everyone, Tim. Anyone else also has Cobalt 60. They're just ones that value it at 1. This might not be the best trade to make it with them. That's a good point. I'm going to trade more yttrium. Return again soon if you wish to exchange more goods. Oh, that's not taking us anywhere close to those other stars. Okay. Hostiles. Another Sentinel cutter. No, different ship. Crap, this is the one this is the Flenser, is what it's called, I think. This is the ship that gave me so much trouble initially. Oh, sorry, Interceptor, not a Flenser. Flenser's a different one altogether. That'll be one of their cruisers. We did damage it. So this vessel has a oh, we're gonna be sucked away. Wow, we are burning up. This thing does a lot of damage. This weapon of theirs has greater range than ours, and against this vessel, I was greatly confused about how to tackle it. My ship did not have as many modules when I first encountered the Sentinel. What I ended up doing was researching missiles, with my belief that I could arc the missiles into the ship at range and avoid any of its fire, and it worked extremely well. And it's one of the reasons why I want missiles, because we're going to meet more and more Sentinels going forward. And missiles are a good way of dealing with lasers, because you outrange them. Let's go for it. Yes! Woo! We got an adamantite from that, and quite a bit more titanium. And something on this barren planet. There is a small atmosphere here. God, I hope I'm correct when I say that, because I'm saying it a whole lot, based on the fact we have clouds. Let's see what's on the surface of the planet. A fine pale green powder dusts a wide plain on this rocky planet. Looks like the whole planet is just a plain based on this picture. Of course, this is a small fragment of the... No, I'm wrong. I can see the outline of a mountain barely in the background here from the sun. Mineral analysis reveals that it contains adamantine at 1 part per 8 million. Even at those levels, it's well worth the team's time to collect and refine the dust. By connecting the lander's exhaust system to a makeshift centrifuge, the engineer is able to greatly speed up the process. Plus 6 adamantine. Nice. And there's a warp gate here. Perfect. So we can visit the star, visit that gas planet, hit the warp gate, go back to our station, kite station, and from there, decide what we're doing next. We'll take a look at how much resources we possess. Oh, we have another planet down here too, near the star. Guess we'll visit that as well. We're going to want more crew. Thankfully, we didn't lose any more. I guess I'm going to need to do this as well. $6 more added to the mug. When I last checked, which was I think 2 episodes ago, I had I think 31 bucks in the jar. I think I'm up to probably close to 45 by now. I hear another drone. If it's going to the gas planet first, and it will head up this way next. Can I intercept it? It is too fast. We can't intercept it. And oops, I said gas giant, and that wasn't what we're going towards. We're going towards whatever a brown planet is. Planetoid? Planetoid. I don't know what that means. It means probably not quite a planet. Nothing on it. It means planetoid with nothing on it. So, back to YouTubing. So some of the videos I upload, though, I really like, well, I mean, I like watching my own videos. Do you think YouTubers watch their own videos? I'm curious about that. I watch mine, which is why I take them down on occasion. Most of my early series, uploaded many years ago, have been torn down from YouTube. They were just awful quality. I couldn't stand it. And I don't want someone finding my channel and then laughing at how awful some of those early videos were. There's a lot of heart put into them, but that's not enough to make them good, in my opinion. Look at this pleasant-looking blue here on this gas giant. Nothing on it, though. But I have fun watching my videos and seeing how well I do. And sometimes I watch my videos because I can't remember a certain segment that happens in them. And I want to remember like how I solved the puzzle or something of that sort. Watching my initial time getting through an area is also fun. To see if I survived the nasty traps which took place. Vaporum was a good one to watch in that regard. That was fun to succeed at some of those traps that the first Vaporum had set so cunningly on me. But I intend other video series that I upload for people to actually watch them. The Thief series is one such video. A series, that is. Alright. We need to talk with Commander Beyond Price no matter what, because we need crew. Jared Hiltman, I wanted to talk to you about these sentinels you encountered. Do you have any idea what caused them to become hostile? No. They claimed to be running some kind of scan, and as soon as it was done, they demanded we abandon ship. It sounds like they're more technologically advanced than the tech. How worried should we be? I'm confident we can outrun them. Well, I'm glad for that, but Kite Station can't run. I'll see if Lieutenant Chang can improve some of our defenses. In the meantime, stay safe out there. Was there anything else? We could use more crew. You got it. We got some fresh volunteers right out of training. Anything else? How's morale? Still fraying. That's all for now. Looks like she has something else to talk to us about. Do we have any other events which occurred? The commissary, is that right? Commissary? I think commissary is right. Regrets to inform that a number of items have been removed from the menu due to insignificant ingredients. An anomaly, the anomaly known as Megafauna, is on display on C deck near Pylon 2 until such time as we can determine whether it is a mineral, animal, or vehicle. Hey, Pillman, have you checked that pottery you brought in yet? Pretty interesting, huh? No. I'm still plagued with constant interruptions. Is there anything else? No, I'll get back to your work. Chang has nothing else to talk to us about. Let's talk with Commander Pierce again. Price again. In light of your recent encounters with the Sentinels and other hostiles, both research and engineering agreed that we're not prepared for a serious attack on the station. Lieutenant Chiang has drawn up plans for some station modifications. We've already scrapped some redundant systems, but we still need you to bring in some resources. 200 titanium and 50 neutronium. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to research armor modules. They'll help protect our critical systems. You know what? When I first did the battle against the initial Sentinel, I didn't have armor modules. I think that's probably the only reason why we survived. We're on it. Was there anything else? Nope, that's it. Alright. So, I still don't have the Cobalt 60 that I would want to be able to build the Guardian class. We need 44 more of it, so we're going to have to go back out there and get it. Okay. We also don't have the 50 neutronium to upgrade Kite Station. And to be honest, I would rather spend that titanium on other modules for our own ship. We do have 719 research points, so let's go ahead and start spending some of this. So, if we're going to be trading for resources, it could be helpful to have advanced negotiations, but I really want more weapon upgrades at this moment. I feel like we need them. Let's grab turbo efficiency, which will decrease the cost of it so we can use it in battles a little more often. We'll go ahead and take liquid helium coolant to increase the number of shots we get with our plasma weaponry. I think we'll take extra energy as well. And since armor helped keep us alive, let's take advanced materials, in which case all modules gain additional plus 35 armor rating and stacks. We'll hold on to the other 295 at the moment. Let's get out there. And it looks like we picked up another 200-something energy. I didn't check to see how much more reserves our reactors give us. I should have done that. Well, with a new, more advanced race than us, with more firepower than us, well, to be quite honest, could probably destroy us with 2 of those ships we just fought. We now have cause to worry. Let's go back here, fly the Nexus to this point, and explore what's out in these areas. Uh-oh. It's another cutter. On the off chance we can earn some lasers, we are going... No, this is not a cutter. I see 4 weapon systems on it. This is whatever the one was that we just fought. We can get adamantite from it, so we're going to go ahead and try fighting it. Oh, God. Let's get some distance. They hurt us, we hurt them. Some of our systems are on fire, but they are also on fire. It's like they use shotguns or something, given the spread that they fire their own plasma at. But it also has significantly greater range than our own. So we use chain guns. They use shotguns. Woo! Did it! Chirolite, yttrium, neutronium. Nice things to have. That little bit of armor might have saved some crew members on our ship as well. I'm glad to have it. Oh, that's Vendari again. They can hang out here. We're going in this direction. There's no reason not to exchange data with them. I want to make sure that when I do have to talk with them, I have research they'd be interested in, as opposed to having none. So let me talk a little bit about the Vendari. So, when I had first met them, after the second exchange of research, I began becoming curious about what would happen if we kept giving them research. It was my belief that they would always say that this research... Hello? What is this? We've recovered jetsam from a vessel. Nothing particularly valuable, but it gives us some data on its unknown makers. I was worried that we would be providing them with upgrades that they could put into a ship of their own and possibly use it to demand things from us later. And so I began to try to avoid them for that reason. I would only seek them out if I wanted Cobalt 60. And in truth, we can get Cobalt 60 from other races, so I don't know why I was obsessed with trading it with them. Anyway, I won't reveal at the moment what occurs if you do continue to give them research. We will see that probably later, because I do intend to continue to do so, just not at this moment. Only because, well, I just, again, don't want to run out, and we are being a little picky with the research that we... with the research points we are spending. At this point in the game, I had also gotten a few of the special projects research unlocked. And I don't have, I've got a new one, the fungal cure, but I never got that encounter the last time I played this game, which is to say, 2 days ago. more than that, 5 days ago, when I beat the game. But, well, I'm worried that the game didn't spawn some of these. I've heard that sometimes the game might not spawn something that you might otherwise have really wanted, and it should have spawned it but didn't. So I'll have to take a peek and see if that will be the case. There's two researches I had by now, which I haven't seen either of. Maybe we will find them out here. Oh, this planet's really close to the sun. Been bombarded by its rays. I can't imagine a whole lot survived down here. Nothing on radar. I hear the swarm drone. It's going to the left of us. It's coming down to this planet. Perfect. We'll nab it. We gotcha. This probe apparently encountered a radio tune that caused it to completely overwrite its memory banks. Fortunately, we quarantined the data before analysis, or it might have affected our own systems. A virus put in out there. to destroy that drone and its knowledge. Something on this desert planet as well. Let's head on down. Oh, another one of these ruins that we had seen before. Still a very pretty picture. The architecture of these ruins is immediately recognizable as that of the servants of the fallen gods the team previously encountered. Careful sifting through the ruins reveals that the hidden redoubt was reached by sailing due west from Typhon. Given the context, it seems likely that this is the culture's interpretation of celestial navigation, but no clue is given to where or what Typhon is. Aren't Typhon? They were the main antagonist in the Prey video game, if I recall correctly. I won't ruin it in case you haven't played that game. That was a fun game. Yeah, I really liked that one. Though, it was far too easy. I heard something warp in. Ulukwu are here. Something on this very Earth-like planet. Let's go down there and see what's awaiting us. That's interesting. Looks like a lab in that sea, or rather large lake. Unless this was a satellite that crashed or something of the sort. A large machine sits in the middle of a shallow lagoon. After spending a few hours examining its workings, the team engineer determines that it uses tidal motion to remove impurities from the water and separate them for later use, thus providing a source of potable water and mineral resources. The intake seems to have become clogged with barnacle-like life forms, suggesting that it hasn't been visited for quite a while. Perhaps the makers no longer have a use for it, and I guess we broke it down because we just took 43 gold and 10 platinum from it. The machine probably has some very valuable technology, but it's been solidly sealed against the elements. Accessing the insides would almost certainly permanently damage it. The first big choice I'm encountering in this Let's Play, insomuch that do we clean out the machines and just let it function, even if there's no one here who could potentially benefit from it? Because there might be something here that does, and we just don't know what it is. Or do we decide to disassemble it to gain research points and more resources? If it's been clogged here, and it hasn't been being utilized for some time, I'm going to say we disassemble it. I don't remember seeing this planet before, so I don't remember what I did the last time I was here. Let's disassemble it. Whoever built this machine could teach us a lot about molecular engineering. Some of the design is so far advanced technologically that we couldn't really analyze it properly, but there's still a great deal to learn from it. 65 research points, 15 adamantine, and 25 neutronium. What does that give us now? 29 adamantine. We can go and activate the particle accelerator now if we wish. The music also sounds like it's combat? No. Hello, Ulukwu. In cool waters we saw you again. Our story was at a turning. Things for things, or things for knowledge? What did we do when we swam together? Things for things. We need Cobalt 60. And I think we can probably do some trades for it. We have 92 platinum. Yes, you do, Tim. Good for you. What do you want to trade with that? I'm going to trade 2 yttrium. Oh, wow. The yttrium for cobalt trade for them is significantly better than what it was for the Vendari. I see that now. Right? Yttrium for them, the Vendari was valued at 0.7 for each Cobalt 60. Not a full 1, if I recall correctly. And here, it's worth 1. The Cobalt 60 is worth 0.689, but the Yttrium is worth 1.54. So this is a fantastic trade. We can get basically... Wow. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Remember that this is not based on each other. This is based on the value of platinum. But it's still almost 1 for 1, which I think was much better than what it was with the Vendari. I'm going to trade even more. So we can get 2 missile launchers. We need 25 more. You know, since Yttrium can be retrieved from the destruction of the ships, I'm just going to keep trading it. Four more. Titanium, though, is pretty awful of a trade for that, so we're not going to take that. That was a better trade, I think, for the Cobalt 60. We got 14 of it for 100 Yttrium, and here I don't think we could probably get the same. You know what? We're just going to keep trading Yttrium to them. Oh! The value of Yttrium decreased. Is that the... I never realized it works that way. So if I do this, they value this as well based on the numbers of it that we possess. Interesting. So because they have more Yttrium now, they don't value it as much. So if we want to make a trade, we should do it all at... we should take the trade value at the initial cost, because we get the most value out of that. Okay. Things for knowledge. Still only the story from the Undeep, and I don't think I want to trade platinum for it yet. All set on stories, thank you. All for now. Let's make this a little longer of an episode. Before we head back home, I would like to head out to this other star and check out the planets out there. But I think we have enough resources to build 2 missile launchers, and if we do, we'll try the other blueprint I have, assuming I have the space, the modules for it too. I think I do. Although I don't think there's any armor on that ship, so maybe we don't actually build it. I'm looking at my ship, wondering how I'm going to change the look of it. Alright. Star system first. We'll check out what that quest is pointing to in a little bit. What is this? Boxes. Crates. An Amazon ship destroyed out here. Deceased hexapod. The technology in this cargo is ancient, but this one had a cryostasis pod. The hexapod lifeform inside is long dead, but fairly well preserved due to the frozen suspension fluid. More titanium. Old freighter. This looks like a disabled autonomous freighter. It's a non-modular open-hull design with quad-fusion sublight drives. Interesting, but archaic. It looks like when its maglocks lost power, the cargo went everywhere. looks like that is mostly titanium. But unlike with asteroids, I think you're always guaranteed one of it per box that you destroy. Nope, you are not. Just most of the time. Platinum in some of this. Titanium and platinum. A friendly is out here of some sort, kind of far away. I'll be curious if it's a new alien race of some sort. I don't think I found all the alien races in the my first time through either. I'm curious if we will meet something new out here. That's a Vendari. It says, dreading the encounter with it. Let's swing past the sun first. Nothing out here, or near it, apparently. Nothing on that planet. I hear the swarm drone. But we're not catching it. Too far away. Alright. Let's, oh, hello. What? And the Ulku showed up here as well, just warping in. Let's head down to whatever this is. I'm imagining we'll find a research station. I don't know what quest this is, so we'll find out together, I suppose. We'll swing up for that planet afterwards. Oops, don't shoot, Tim. You can, I think, shoot down things that you might not want to shoot down, in which case you'll lose a chance to research them or interact with them. At the cost of gaining maybe just a handful of resources, so keep that in mind. There's a probe out here. Looks a bit like the probes that were fired from the Homeworld game. The mothership. Analysis of this autonomous probe shows that it was designed to detect and collect data on rare comets. Not only does it have a significant amount of valuable data, its sensor design allows us to research a technology that should aid in locating these elusive objects. We're going to put a mark out here. To hint that maybe I should come back out here, because I didn't actually do that when I found this last time. And this will be a special project that we'll be able to research. Like, we can just tell you this now. It will allow us to detect comets, or the trail of a comet, if one appears within 2,000 astral units of our current location. Comets can give you quite a bit of research points, and are difficult to actually research. You have to be rather close to them. Generally about the same distance as we would have to be in order to activate our tractor beam to grab a swarm probe. We're going to have to talk with Vendari. I guess we're just going to have to talk with them. We'll exchange more data with them, I suppose. I want this planet. Unless maybe I can... No, there's no way you're going to get to avoid him. Maybe, though, we can lead him after us a bit. It's just a freighter. They're rather slow at the moment. Vendari, we're over here, Vendari. I know you want our technology. You want to learn how to make better plasma turrets, probably, and we want to avoid you. Let's see. Once we're about 600 away, we'll scoot under him. Okay, this is good. So that friend of yours that gives you a phone call, you're glad to hear from him, but at the same note, you don't really have time to talk with them, and you know he talks his ear off. He talks your ear off. No anomalies detected. I like the coloring of that planet, orange. Well, I don't see anything else out here, so let's end the episode by going back home, which will take quite some time to do. Thankfully, though, we can keep our afterburners on and keep going. I wish there was a button to just activate your afterburners and leave them on, because you have to hold down shift to continue to fly. I guess, viewer, we just have to talk about some random crap on the way back, so... right, so... most of the videos I upload to YouTube, I'm guessing what most people do upload, they're intending for people to watch. I am curious of if, I mean... it's probably the case for some of my videos, so you can be a little harsh on yourself instead of being harsh on anyone else. Some of my videos were intended to be watched, but I did a poor job in playing the game, or what I was doing was rather boring. And for some of these videos, they were my initial videos, many of them were, when I initially uploaded them to YouTube. And I started my channel not wanting to speak in my games. You can imagine how confusing it was when I was trying to watch one of my initial, like, Batman Arkham Asylum videos back in 2009, 2008, for me to be confused about what on earth I was doing at the time, because I wasn't talking, and I was hunting down Riddler trophies, which was really boring to watch. And I didn't understand why I thought anyone would want to watch this. At the time, YouTube had annotations, and so I flooded my video with YouTube with annotations in the attempt to make it at least interesting to watch, because you would be able to read my thoughts on screen. But man, it was pretty boring. It was pretty boring. And other videos of mine, when I would upload them, I had large amounts of audio issues. I was using a cheap headset. Now, at the time, video recording was not mainstream. There weren't very many people doing YouTube videos. But still, I didn't put very much effort into it. This was before commercials existed on YouTube, back when YouTube wasn't even owned by Google. My videos were like 8 to 10 minutes long, 360p, and awful audio quality. It's just bad. Bad in every way imaginable. And I know some people will say, no, Tim, they were fine. They were a product of the time. They were a product of the time, and I can say with absolute certainty that they were awful. Just awful. I spent a good amount of time re-recording videos from that time period and having a new series uploaded that at least was decent. And some of those redos were also bad. I ended up taking them down too later on. Now, at the very least, I ensure that I check my videos for audio problems before I try uploading any of them. Uh-oh, we have more Vendari. We're gonna fly right between them all as we rush for this. Please! 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 No! No! Yes! Okay. We got the warp nexus. Uh-oh. Chitex. Okay. We can handle them. A battle cruiser over in this area too. We did just increase the difficulty. Oh, there's something else out here. Are they fighting this? Vendaris. I don't hear any combat. We would hear it from this distance. We'll just ignore them. Interesting that they seem to have an alliance of sorts with each other, though. There's a battlecruiser there, too. I really would not mind fighting them, but I'm not going to get close to Vendari because I don't want to trade more technology to them. We do have the resources to upgrade Kite Station, but I'm going to wait on doing so at the moment. I want to research a bigger ship for us first. And take a look at that one ship that I want to build from my old blueprint and see if I'm still happy with it. I like this one. This one's been good. I have a ship which is a bigger version of this, which we're going to get to soon. Though not right now. John Chang has something to tell us. Let's see. Is there anything new notices? There is not. Our long-range scanners detected a high-velocity explosion that had the signature of a ship exploding while in warp. Glad to see it wasn't yours. I transmitted the coordinates to your first officer. Alright, we have a new waypoint to go to. And as for research, comet detection. We earned, I think it was 65 or 75 research points from actually finding the probe. That goes a long way to helping us research this, and it's too useful, I think, not to have it. So let's grab comet detection. With 670 left, what's the next class require? Oh, 225 for the Nebula class. Let's go look at our blueprints quick, or not so quick. So if I want the Guardian, we have everything required to build it. So why don't we load it? Yeah, let's actually. Is this so I'm going to first off replace this Stingray with this current blueprint of ours. Okay, let's load this up. It's 18 modules only out of 21. Most of this is also armored, but not everything, and only 3 reactors. I would want, and only 4 plasma turrets. I think I would want another reactor, another armor section, an engine, and that missile launcher back. You know, I think that can go there. All my plasmas on one side of the ship. No, I don't like that. Let's put you back here. Hold on. I want to move this. I want to move the armor stations around a bit. Let's put an armor there. Move a plasma turret there as well. Sorry, this is super important, everyone. Why don't I cut the recording and be right back? Be right back. Actually, I'll stop here. The ship will be redesigned, and you will see it in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Sorry for wasting your time.